The wild and wacky world of African animal mating. Top 5 longest and fastest love sessions on the Savanna. Hey there, fellow nature enthusiasts and curious minds. Have you ever wondered which African animals are the true marathoners of love? Those who take their sweet time getting down to business, and which ones are speedsters? In and out before you can say Savanna Safari? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into the wild, wacky, and sometimes downright hilarious world of animal romance in Africa. From elephants, who might just be the original slow dance champs, to bugs and lizards who barely stop long enough to say hello, we're breaking down the top 5 longest and fastest mating times across the continent. Spoiler alert, it's not all about stamina. Sometimes it's about efficiency, and sometimes just sheer awkwardness. Why should we care about animal mating times? Alright, before we get into the juicy details, pun intended, you might be asking, why does anyone care about how long animals spend doing the deed? Beyond the obvious, because it's fascinating. Understanding mating times helps biologists figure out reproductive strategies, survival tactics, and even how animals interact socially. Plus, it's a great way to liven up any boring dinner conversation. Imagine dropping this gem at your next party. Did you know that an elephant can make love for up to an hour? Meanwhile, some bugs are literally finished before you can blink. Boom, instant party starter. The slow and steady lovers. Top 5 longest mating times in African animals. Let's start with the lovebirds, or rather, love elephants, who just don't rush these things. 1. The elephant, the ultimate slow dance champion. When it comes to romance, elephants are the grandmasters of taking their time. These gentle giants aren't just big in size. Their mating sessions can last anywhere from 30 minutes to over an hour. Yep, an hour of love on the African plains. It's like the animal kingdom's equivalent of a Netflix binge. Why so long? Elephants have a complex social structure and elaborate courtship rituals. The males, called bulls, will engage in some serious flirting, trunk touching, rumbling sounds, and more before the act. When they finally get down to business, it's all about connection and commitment. Also, fun fact, female elephants are only in heat for a few days, so bulls gotta make their moves count. It's a marathon, not a sprint. 2. Lions, the multiplying machine. If elephants are the slow dancers, lions are the busy bees of mating. A lion couple can spend around 20 to 30 minutes mating during each session, and the kicker, they'll do this several times a day, sometimes up to 50 times in a short period. Why? Because lionesses have a very short fertile window, and to maximize chances of pregnancy, these king of the jungle couples get very busy. Think of lions as the overachievers of the animal kingdom's mating game. Go big or go home. 3. White rhinoceros, the rhinestone romance. White rhinos take their love life pretty seriously, too. Their mating sessions can last around 20 to 30 minutes. And considering these massive beasts can weigh over 2 tons, that's some serious commitment. Rhinos don't have the most graceful moves, but hey, love is love. Plus, rhino courtship involves some pretty intense behaviors like snorting and horn clashes. All part of the charm. 4. Zebras, stripes and sweetness. Zebras might look like they're just about grazing and running, but when it comes to mating, they take about 10 to 20 minutes to seal the deal. These striped beauties form strong social bonds, and the males can be quite persistent in courting females. When a mare is ready, the act can be a drawn-out process. Think of it as the zebra version of foreplay. 5. African buffalo, the tough love squad, rounding out our slowpokes. The African buffalo spends about 10 to 15 minutes in mating. These big, horned herbivores have a reputation for being tough, and their mating rituals are no exception, with plenty of displays of strength. Despite their gruff exterior, buffalo bulls also engage in some extended romantic sessions to ensure they pass on their genes. The quick and the curious, top 5 fastest mating times in African animals. Now for those who believe in speed dating, quick, efficient, and out the door. 1. Long-tailed lizards, blink and you'll miss it. These little reptiles barely spend any time in the romance department. Their mating can be over in seconds to under a minute. Quick, stealthy, and to the point. In the wild, speed is essential to avoid predators, so lizards can't be hanging around too long. The African grass mice, small but swift. These tiny rodents keep things brief with mating times of about 1 to 2 minutes. Their short lifespans and high predation rates mean they have to reproduce fast and often. Think of them as the express service of the Savanna dating world. 3. Grasshoppers, the tiny tornadoes, Grasshoppers are notorious for their brief mating rituals, often lasting just a few seconds to a few minutes. Efficiency is key, especially when your whole life revolves around hopping and avoiding becoming lunch. 4. Dung beetles love in a hurry. Dung beetles, those hardworking recyclers of the African ecosystem, also keep mating times short, typically a few minutes. They've got a lot on their plate, literally rolling dung balls, so romance has to be quick. 5. African tree frogs, quick croaks and quick love. African tree frogs, with their loud mating calls, don't linger long. Mating sessions last a few minutes at most. The croaking might last longer than the actual action. What makes mating time so different? You might be wondering, why such a huge difference between elephants and lizards? It boils down to several factors: predation risk. Smaller animals, or those more vulnerable to predators, tend to mate quickly to avoid danger. Reproductive strategy. Some animals invest a lot of energy and time in each mating to maximize chances of success, while others go for quantity over quality. Social structure. Animals with complex social lives often have elaborate courtship rituals, extending mating times. Physical and biological needs, size, anatomy, and hormonal cycles all play a part. Fun facts and surprising tidbits. Lions sometimes mate every 15 to 30 minutes for several days straight. Talk about stamina. Elephants' long mating times are paired with deep vocalizations and touching, basically their way of saying "I like you" a lot. Some insects' quick mating is nature's way of keeping the population going, despite high mortality rates. Wrapping it up, love lessons from the African wilderness. Whether slow and steady or fast and furious, the animal kingdom shows us there's no right way to do love. From elephants taking their sweet time to lizards making it quick, each species has found a rhythm that works for survival. So next time you're pondering your own love life, just remember, even in the wild, there's a whole spectrum of approaches, and hey, sometimes slow dancing or speed dating is all about timing.